Okay, good afternoon. My name's Colin McGurran. I'm the chef-proprietor here at Winteringham Fields. Okay, I'm going to do some scallops with the Dashi broth with some crab and some mussels in there, using some lovely herbs as an infusion. Okay, first thing we're going to make sure is obviously the scallops need to be shucked, washed, trimmed. We've got to make sure, visually inspect them to make sure that there is no black marks on them, for example like this one here. Okay, once there are, we're going to make sure that they're all trimmed off. Okay, so they're all trimmed off nicely. Once they're trimmed, then they go for a wash, recommended time. Once they're pre-washed, then we can start using them with our rest of the ingredients and start cooking. Okay. What we've got to do now is we've got the dashi to go through, and also the scallops and the garnish to go with the dishes. Okay. So we've got some lovely fresh herbs here. We've got flat leaf parsley, some chervil, some thyme, and obviously some lovely kind of chives there as well. That's going to go into our infusion, which is going to go inside here, and that's going to be making to infuse our stock. Okay. So with the dashi, we're going to add some concentrate fish stock, it's like soya. We have some scallop roe, which has been dried, as you can hear. Okay. You dry that for maybe overnight, and you put some salt with it, put it in a grinder or a blitzer or a robo coupe with some salt, and you end up with a lovely fine powder. You sprinkle that over the top of the scallops, pan fry that. So we're using only what we want to use with the scallop. We don't use the skirts, we don't use any of the trim. With our dashi, this is our kelp basically, it's seaweed, okay? And we put this into our fish stock. We have some just picked mussels, just been lightly blanched, and then obviously crab meat, mixed probably 90% of the crab white with some of the brown meat as well. The last thing we're going to use with our dish is a bit of acidity, and that's going to come from the piquilal peppers, which are kind of sweet and sour kind of flavours there, and then they're just going to be chopped up and infused with the dashi as well. Okay, so we're finished with the peppers, and now we're ready to start using the scallops to start cooking with those. Okay. All I want from this dish is just the scallops and the scallop roe, which is just what we have here. I'm just going to pull the two apart on each one of them. Okay. Now for this one, I only need 3 scallops, so I'm just going to prepare my 3 scallops. Okay. There's my 3 scallops, and I'm going to use my roe with each one of them as well. Now what I need to do before I actually cook with the scallops, I want to dry them. Okay, so literally I just get a nice clean cloth over the top. I rest my scallops like so. These, I'm going to poach these, so I don't need to do with them. And I just let them, gently just press them, leaving them for a fridge, so 10 minutes, and that's it, ready to go. 3 that are pre-dried already. Okay, you can see they're starting to firm up again, and they're very dry, so when I pan fry those, they're going to be absolutely fantastic, and the smell is going to be fabulous as well, and there won't be too much liquid in the pan from the scallop releasing its moisture. So the next thing to do is I'm going to season them and start frying them. Okay, season this, it's already got salt in and herbs, so I'm just going to have a little drizzle over here. Okay. With the kind of things that we cook with is also we want to use everything from the scallop. This is literally just butter, and it's fused with scallops. All we've done is every time we pan fry the scallop, we put the pan fried scallop in the butter just to relax it and just let it resist. And that's all we're going to do. Instead of using olive oil for the cooking, we're going to use our clarified butter with scallops. Okay, so we're just going to quickly pan fry them. They've been wonderfully seasoned. They're going to get caramelized with the butter in the pan as well. 2 minutes. Bring the butter over. We're going to place them in the butter. Finish off and rest in there. Scallop roes, they're just going to be poaching in here. In our dashi. And that's the cooking done. The next thing we're going to do is start plating up the dish. Okay, the only thing we're going to have in here is just the cold cuts of the crab and the piquilal peppers and the mussels. These are just going to be poached with the heat of the infused dashi. They're going to warm things up as well, so it's quite a lovely kind of poached dish we're going to have here. We like to use some herbs in here as well, and we just plate these around the dish And again, not so much for colour, just because it really belongs on the plate as well, okay? The next thing is we're going to add our infusion to our teapot. Okay. Take out our scallops, which now have been lovely poached. Fish them out. Again, I'm just going to slightly just trim off the ends of these for presentation. Slice these. These go on the plate, like so. And the last thing to do is get the scallops out. We've got our infusion here. Remember, inside here is our bouquet garni of all our herbs. That's going to sit inside there. Squeeze it down, compress all the herbs together. Now with the scallops, place these in the dish. And to finish up, a bit of our infusion. There's the finished dish. The dashi broth with lovely caramelized scallops, with some mussels, crab and some piccolo peppers.